Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today is Monday in your world, but it's the day of the Fall Out Boy concert in my world, so I'm trying to hurry up and record this so that I can get some things put away so I can get dressed and get ready to go to the Fall Out Boy concert tonight with my girls. So yeah, one of the reasons is because one of the things that I actually made for Juju. She's not wearing it to the concert tonight, but I wanted to get it to her so that she can have it and put it away and whatever else she plans on doing with it, so that it's not, because I know that after the concert, I already know my body's gonna be hurting because I'm gonna be dancing. I'm going to be cheering and dancing, and that usually causes body aches and pains for several days after, and also joint swelling and tenderness and all that good stuff. Is it worth it? Totally. 100%. So I have a ton of makes on my table and in my little drawer thingy that I purchased. And I got a new chair, and it's pink, and it has a little footrest, and it has like lumbar support for my achy back days, and it reclines back a little bit, and it is super duper comfortable. I got it on Amazon for Prime Days, and it's pink is the best part. So it's a gamer chair, so it has like all the bells and whistles for a gamer, but like for a person who has like chronic pain, like cool. Like it's got a pillow, it's got like a lumbar pillow. It, like I said, it reclines and locks in the recline position. It's got arms for me to rest my arms, and my last year didn't have arms, which worked out for me, but I don't know. And the best part is I am well under the weight limit because I've lost so much weight. I think right now I'm at, let me do the math and see how much weight I've lost. I've lost 54 pounds and counting. I am 6 pounds away from being under 300 pounds for the first time in years, and I'm very excited about that. We're not here to talk about that. And the weight limit on this is 350 pounds, so I'm like kind of excited because like you guys know, you guys understand, okay? If you're fat, you understand. All right, so one of the first things I did is I worked down the stash of yarn that I got from the thrift store, and I think that video aired for you on Friday, which hasn't aired yet because it's not Friday in my world yet. It's still Wednesday. So I wanted to show you this bucket because this bucket was overflowing with yarn, and actually it's a lot less full than it looks because there's baggies and stuff. I sorted the yarn, so this is DK weight or finer, so this is baby weight yarn. There is Karen Simply Soft in there, but I consider that a DK weight because it's on the thin side of a number 4. So this ball right here is camo, and this ball is orange. Those are not technically, those are worsted weight yarns, but I threw them in there because they were balls that were extra. These are the bag of yarns that my machine has tried to eat. So my addi machine does not like any of the Premier Yarns cakes. It eats it. And you can see I tried. It eats it. It also is not a big fan of the Just yarn. I did make a couple of things out of it, but I was fighting it so much I was like, you know what? That's going in its own bag. This is not going to be able to be used in the knitting machine. It also tried to eat that, but it's starting to squeak, so I think it needs to be oiled or greased. We have a bag of the labels that I have used, and then what's left is this. So there's not as much in here as it looks. Also, this yarn, whatever this yarn is, it was eating this, so it didn't like that either. And then all I have left is the bulky weight yarns. Is it the Charisma? Yeah, the Charisma and the Hometown USA. That's all that's left in there. So, and I did redonate the Fun Fur because I don't like Fun Fur and I have enough of it. And I'm going to put my knitting machine back in there. So that bucket is almost empty. So I'm going to show you all of the things that I made out of the knitting machine. So be prepared. I got other things. I have my little wheelie cart here. the wheelie drawer cart that you may have seen in recent videos. That's pink and it's super cute. All right, I'm gonna use that as my little stack on the side. All right. I made all of this in 2 days. This, this. So be prepared. Oh, and this. Now, I'm going to go through these really quick because they're just basic knitting machine items, mostly hats. I made a cowl, I made a scarf, and I made a headband. And I made this cutest little ever baby hat. And I don't know, this is not gonna fit even Annie, but this will fit like a small stuffy. But I made this on the small addi machine. And this is the cutest thing ever, look at that. And this was leftover scrap yarn from the apron that we made for Mary Maxim Week. See, that's one side. That's the other side. Isn't that the cutest? So this is probably gonna go on a teddy bear or something for the winter time. And then this one is actually wool and acrylic mix. So this is gonna have to be a hand wash situation. But these are just really basic. So it's, I didn't have enough yellow to make the whole hat. So I just made the top black. And I think it's cute. It turned out, it'll make somebody warm. And then I made some with the rainbow yarn from Ice. Ice. This stuff. The Magic Glitz. So I made a hat out of that. My machine actually fought me and I had to fix it over and over again because it was fighting me. So this is one side of the hat. This is the other side of the hat. Isn't that cute? Or you can just fold up the rim. Right? So I really like the white with the sparkle. I thought that was pretty. And then I made a full-on, oh no, this one's red and black. So this is red and black, per little man's request. He actually wanted red and white, but that was the one that my machine ate that you saw in the thing. And that was, he didn't get a red and white. But I have the red and white, I just need to try again. And then I made a bicolored cowl. This is made with, I can't remember if this was the Caron Simply Soft or I think this was the Caron Simply Soft. I had 2 balls of the Caron Simply Soft, the older ones, in that thrift store yarn haul, and I had a purple and whatever this color is, but I also had, Mr. Cinnamon bought me, he came out of Joann's, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to go in Joann's because I don't really have any money right now. This was a couple weeks ago. He took Juju in there and he came out and he bought me these 2 beautiful skeins of yarn, but they had alpaca in them and I don't work with alpaca real well. It makes me itchy and it makes my nose like really irritated. So while alpaca is supposed to be hypoallergenic, my body doesn't particularly like alpaca, so I kind of stay away from it. And so I had it in these colors as well. So that's why I'm like, well, I think that this feels like Caron Simply Soft. So it's a bicolored cowl. And then I just seamed it together. It's not a perfect seam, but it's actually one of the better seams that I've ever done. And again, it will keep someone warm. So I think that one was the Caron Simply Soft. Yeah, because these are the alpaca. So yeah, see, so that's the purple. That's the bluish color. And yeah, see, it's even itching my neck. And this is the blue and the purple mixed together. So these are 100%. This is Lion Brand. I kept all my labels because I was keeping track of how much yarn I was using. Oh, some of this yarn didn't have labels. So this is, Lion Brand Touch of Luxe. Touch of Alpaca yarn. Touch of Luxe, Touch of Alpaca. And it was a clearance item. Mr. Cinnamon came out and surprised me and I was like, thank you, it's beautiful, but like I can't really use alpaca. So We have a full blue inside and out. And I think the care, what is the care on these? Lost the label already. It's 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. So it's minimal, but it still bothers me a little bit. Machine wash, cool, lay flat to dry. Purple. Purple and blue. And the inside. So we got this side and then the inside of this hat. I actually could wear this one because I did the purple and the blue from the alpaca on the outside. And the inside is the Care and Simply Soft. So if I flip it this way, I can wear it because the only thing that's touching my skin is the Care and Simply Soft. Then, this was also made with the same yarn I made that little baby hat out of. This was left over from the apron from Mary Maxim. So I made this, and it's the same all the way through. And this one's more of a child size hat. And the only thing that makes it different is in a child size hat is it's less rows. So if you have a small head, this would fit you. But isn't that pretty? And then I made this one and I was like, Lucas, little man's name is Lucas. That's my 8-year-old. He's almost 9. I showed him this. I was like, isn't this pretty? I really like these colors together, right? And I was like, what does this look like to you? Do you like it? And he goes, Ukraine. I was like, what? He's all, Ukraine. Yes, it's Ukrainian colors. So it's the colors of the Ukrainian flag. So this is one side, this is the other, and it's got a foldable brim. So a lot of these hats are made extra long because I have a big head, and I make my hats for people with big heads because the more stretches this way, the shorter it gets. And a lot of these hats, I can't even roll up the brim because my head is taking up all of the width of it. Same thing, Mr. Cinnamon actually doesn't even fit in some of these hats. Most of them. He doesn't fit in most of them. And then this is yarn that was in my my scrap stash. My scrap stash is what you see in there. Like I got rid of a lot of the scraps. I either donated it or I used it up for some of this. This, I believe, is Premier Yarns garden yarn. I got it at a thrift store. So there was no labels on it when I bought it, but this, I'm almost positive, is the garden yarn. So I made a headband, and I actually showed this in an Instagram post, and someone told me I look like a teeny bopper, which is a phrase my mom would frequently use, so I laughed. So we got the head wrap. And then this is just a scarf. And I just seamed up the bottoms. Again, not perfect, but it's not the easiest to go from a knitting machine to, see, isn't that cute? What's up? So I made that. And that's really, really soft, but it's a DK weight yarn, so it's also got a lot of drape to it. I'm gonna put this back in its bag. I got 2 more bags left, and then I can show you the things I actually made. Oh, by the way, I found my glasses. A couple of you kept asking me, did you find your glasses yet? Did you find your glasses yet? Mr. Cinnamon found them. They were in a purse that I wasn't using anymore, and I switched out my purses because I have a 4th of July purse. It's a Disney purse. It's got Mickey and Minnie and flags and stuff. It's really cute. I switched it out a couple of weeks ago after the 4th of July. So, well, maybe just before the 4th of July. And both purses were on the table, and I asked the girls to clean off the table, and I think what happened is they just grabbed stuff and shoved it in my purse and put my purse on the shelf. Because my glasses and 3 pair of sunglasses were in that purse, and then now I have a big scratch right here. But at least I can see, because I was getting really bad headaches. I was like, I was miserable for like 2-3 weeks there. Because I just couldn't find my glasses. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, please God, let me find my glasses. And I'm looking, because I searched in my bedroom everywhere, because I know that I wear them, and I set them on my side table. And I know that I have them in here because I use them most frequently in here, because I don't need them all the time. I should wear them all the time, but I don't need them all the time because my eyesight is constantly, some days I have okay eyesight and I don't, like, the glasses make it worse. Lately it's getting worse and worse to where I need them all the time. But So I set them down on my desk frequently. And I did have them in a project bag at one time. And so I'm like, where did I put these stupid glasses? So Mr. Cinnamon found them for me, and I'm so, so grateful. All right, so this was a scrap ball of yarn from a hat I made several months ago. I want to say before Christmas. And this is the Joann's Living yarn, and it is so buttery soft and beautiful. And I love these colors. And on the inside is just white. So you can be full on, or you can keep it on the inside, or you can put that little spark of color just at the bottom. You just be a little bit colored. Right? I think this hat is so stinking cute. I love the way it turned out. Isn't that pretty? So then, this is also scrap yarn. This is Premier Everyday Anti-Pilling Acrylic, back when they used to do the really pretty colors, because now the anti-pilling acrylic is basically either the cakes or it's solids. They don't have any of these fun colors anymore, which bums me out. I really wish they would, but like, isn't that such a beautiful yarn? I have a couple of skeins of this left over, and then on the inside I did a pinky color that almost matches my walls. So again, you can have color, you can have a little bit of color, you can wear this however you want. And the bad thing is because I'm feeling this is super, super soft and squishy on the outside, and the one on the inside is just a basic acrylic, so it doesn't feel as nice. And when you feel them both together, it will probably soften up when I wash that. I don't even know what kind of pink that was. And then this one was a lot of fun. I gotta fix it because it's trying to curl up on itself. Hang on. This one was a lot of fun. Alright, so this is Red Heart Super Saver. Again, my knitting machine does not like Red Heart Super Saver, so I had to fight this. But this is the Americana yarn, which makes this really cute, like Americana hat. But I also had camo. And because I live in a highly dense military area, I made it both. They could wear this to work if they're a military person, or like if they just want to be extra and wear it this way, they can. Or if they want to flip up the brim and just be that's military all day long. This one was for funsies. And then this one is, again, these are scraps that I've had in my stash. This is Hobby Lobby yarn, the soft and sleek. This is one of my favorite colorways. And then on the inside is white and pink. So it's like you're getting two different hats. Isn't that pretty? And all these are double thick, which doesn't make a lot of sense in the area that I live in. So I was like, maybe I need to find a donation, somewhere to donate up in Michigan where they appreciate the really warm hats. And then I made this one because it's a hunter hat. So we got the hunter orange for safety and the camo, which did this amazing spiral thing, right? And then on the other side, we did a bigger thing of orange in case you need to be really careful. And these are slouchy style hats. Or you could fold up and have just a little bit. So you can fold it up that way. Lots of ways you could wear these little hats. But I made it so that no matter what, you can make that orange visible unless you go to the side where there's a smaller stripe. I actually really thought this through. And then, like, if you're doing a type of hunting where the orange is not beneficial, you can hide the orange like that. I look like my grandpa. He used to wear his glasses like this. He was not like a traditional grandpa. He lived down the street. He was always in my life, but he was never in my life. So, but like, yeah, that reminds me of my grandpa. So, see? Isn't that a cool hat? I had fun I had so much fun making these. I built up my muscles in my arms like a bunch. They're all swolled up. Gotta make sure I fix my hair because I do have a concert to go to. And then I made a little kid hat. This is just purple. This is the Karen Simply Soft. I made purple I made purple with this beautiful colored on the inside. Isn't that cute? I was thinking of my nieces when I made these. I don't know that these will fit them because, well, that'll fit Adora. She likes pink better than purple, but she likes purple. This is a really thin baby weight yarn. So if you look, you can see the purple through the yarn, but it's still, it's cute. It's lightweight. And then I made this one with a scrap ball of, I think this was a Line Brand yarn too. Again, it was, yeah, it was the Baby Soft. And this was a thrift store purchase. So this is all that was on the ball, was enough to make a reversible baby hat. So there's those. Saving the best hat for last, just so you know, so be prepared. And then again with this Premier Anti-Pilling acrylic in this color, and then I put purple. This is Vanna's Choice on the inside. It's a purple like speckly. So I thought that was really pretty. And then this one was, I think this was Vanna's Choice. I chose to wrap this hat. I think, yeah, there's these last two hats. I folded them so the pearl side is on the outside. So, see, this is the knit stitch for those of you crocheters. That's the pearl stitch. And when you knit in the round, one side of your fabric will be knit, the other side will have the pearl bump. So this is actually technically inside out, and the reason I did that is because I was also using a Furry yarn, and the pearl side was like significantly softer. And so, I know this is not the prettiest hat, but the whole inside is furry. And it feels super lush and soft. And when you fold it up, it actually looks a lot cuter. And it's going to keep you warm because it's furry, fuzzy, soft, really, really baby soft. And then this hat, I also did pearl side out. This is the yarn Mr. Cinnamon fell in love with when we were doing the unboxing. Do you remember? He was like, it was called something Angel or something like that. It was a yarn I'd never heard of. Let's see if I can find the label, because I have labels aplenty. One of those purple yarns was the Minikins yarn that I used. Vanna's Choice, Bernat Camouflage, Vanna's Choice, Simply Soft. Maybe I don't have the label. It was an angel yarn. You guys remember? And it was white and it had a label on it. I know they had a label on it. That was the brown one. I did misplace some of the labels. I know that I did. Because that's not all of them. You saw how much I made. Anyway, it was white. It was really super fuzzy. And he like was in love with it. He's like, oh, that feels good. And so like, okay, well, I'm going to make a hat out of that. And then when I was working it up, all of the fur went on the inside where the pearl side is. And so I was like, this hat is going to be made inside out. So it reminds me kind of the Huga yarn or the soft yarn from Mary Maxim. I don't remember what that was called. It was something soft, purely soft. It reminds me of that. You see how furry and beautiful that is? I didn't have enough to make a full hat. So on the inside is just the white Vanna's Choice, which you can see some of my stitches need to be stretched out a little bit. But even if I wear it that way, see, that's the pearl side. And if I fold up the brim, I got that beautiful furriness right here. And that's just plain old yarn. Or the way I prefer it is all of the fur to be on the outside, because like it's so pretty. Now I can't fold up the brim with this one because it's not long enough to do that, because there's so much stretch that needs to happen because I have a large head. But it's so pretty. And I was like, all right, I need a pom-pom for this hat. So they should come today while we're not home, of course, because that's how Amazon runs. I ordered a really pastel-y, I ordered a set of pom-poms from Amazon. Let me pull it up and I'll show you, because it should be here today, but it's not here yet. Oh, there it is. I ordered these. to go with this hat because I just thought that that would be so pretty. And it would kind of like bring out the pink, you know, that's sticking out. I just thought that would be a lot of fun. So I ordered pom-poms to go with this hat and this hat only. I gotta keep my bangs straight because I got a concert and I'm like, I want to be cute tonight. Although it's gonna be hot and the concert is an outside venue, so I'm gonna be a sweaty mess anyway, I already know. But this one's my hat because it's so stinking soft. And that worked out beautifully in the knitting machine. All right, now I'm gonna move all my Bloom Chic bags. This has nothing to do with the knitting machine. These next two items were unnecessary make. So I keep going in my downstairs bathroom, washing your hands as you do when you use the restroom, right? And there's not a towel in there. And every time I put a dang dish towel in there, a hand towel, it disappears because Mr. Cinnamon thinks they're disposable. So handmade washcloths, handmade dish towels, he like will, when they're dirty, he doesn't even put them in the washing machine. They sit on the garage floor and just get gross. And then when he goes to clean the garage, he's like, all right, well, I'm throwing all of these out because for some reason he refuses to wash them and I don't know why. He does the majority of the laundry because I can't carry it up and down the stairs. My back has issues. I can't take the loads in and out of the washing machine. By the way, our dryer, I kid you not, I was mentioning our dryer last week in a video. The day after I recorded that video telling you guys that our dryer is limping along, the drum like dropped. So the washer was giving us issues. The washer is only a few years old. We bought the washer before Sears closed. So it was a Sears washing machine. As a matter of fact, I think Kmart was still around when we bought it. So it's not horribly old. I want to say 5 or 6 years old. It's not that old. And it shouldn't be giving me problems, right? Well, it's not spinning to drain out the water. And come to find out somebody or the machine decided to turn off the spin cycle. So I had to go manually turn the spin cycle back on. I hate modern technology because of this. I hate all the digital buttons and the music that it plays and like all of that. I just want a washer that, you know, like the old ones where you just crank it and it goes. And it forces itself to do what it needs to do, even if it's clanging around, right? Well, the newer washing machines are like, oh no, we're sensitive. We're gonna turn off functions that aren't working for us right now. So it turned off the spin cycle at Juju. Please don't start with the yawning. Juju went in there and pulled her clothes out and they're dripping wet. And still threw them in the dryer. So I had to give her a lesson that you can't do that. And I had to show her how to run an extra spin cycle, which is not just a spin cycle like the old crank ones. You could crank it and then, you know, go click, click, click and get it right to the spin cycle and it'll spin. No, you have to run a rinse and spin cycle. So now we're adding even more water to dripping wet clothes. Well, she put the dripping wet clothes in the dryer and that stretched out the belt and the dryer, like the drum dropped and is trying to spin and going. So I said, it's time to buy a new dryer. It didn't break the belt, but it stretched the belt out all kinds. And yes, we could replace the belt. But if you recall what I said about my dryer, we only have one fin in there. You know how it has the fins, the 3 fins that helps to toss the clothes? Well, there's only one, which means the clothes aren't getting thoroughly tossed, which means it's taking like 3 cycles to dry the clothes anyway. The dryer, it needs to go. It just needs to go. Let it be someone else's problem. We'll go put it by the dump and like if somebody wants to take it and repair it and resell it, more power to them. But like, it's not my problem. The dryer's got to go. And I'm like, what perfect timing that I just mentioned how terrible the dryer is and then the dryer blows. It was like, I just talked about it. And so that was a little bit frustrating. You know, I think I'm talking too much. Anyway, so hand towels. Let's get back to the hand towels. I needed a hand towel for my dryer. Not for the dryer, for the downstairs bathroom because I'm tired of wiping my hands on my clothes, okay? And we're searching for a towel that doesn't exist because all the towels are upstairs in those bathrooms because the downstairs bathroom's a half bathroom, okay? And I also didn't want to mess with the buttons because I have made hand towels recently and I never got around to putting the buttons on them, and they're still floating around this room somewhere because I never put the buttons on them. So I came up with a new design so that this does not require me to put a button on it. So this is my basic hand towel. This is Premier Yarns Home Cotton. It's got a loop up here. And if you want to put it on the bar, you just put it over the bar, pull the towel through, and it hangs on the bar. Problem solved. No buttons needed. Although my bar is this big. And the reason I know is because that's how I measure because I have a ring in my bathroom. So I do this and I know that's how thick, it's the 4 fingers, that's how thick my bar is. So I make sure that it will fit over my bar, and that's what it will look like when it's hanging in my bathroom. So, hand towel number 1. And then this was the prototype. I actually worked this one bottom up. No. I worked this one top down. I worked this one bottom up, and I like the bottom up better because see how this has this? I couldn't figure out a way to make it have the soft shoulders like this one. So we got 2 designs here. This is, I'm not a big fan of the way this one looks, but it will do the job. And once again, you just pull the towel through the loop and it will hang like that. And you got a little hand towel or dish towel or whatever you want to use this for. So I wrote down the pattern for that so that I will remember how to do that. I actually wrote down both patterns, but I don't like the one with the squared off shoulders. And then last but certainly not least, I made one of MJ's Off the Hooks design. This is not my size, this is Juju size. So she contacted me last week after, well, week and a half, I don't know, when I aired about the, where is it? The cardigan I made from her pattern, which is over here. This is MJ's Off the Hook little cardigan kimono. She calls it a kimono because she makes it oversized. I didn't make mine oversized. I wanted it more cardigan style. And it's beautiful. Okay, this is MJ's Off the Hook. I showed it. Apparently a bunch of you went over there and started ordering her patterns because she contacted me and she was thanking me for my input because I'm a fat girl. And she didn't say that. I say that. And I have no problem saying that. I'm a fat girl and like the input for a plus size person is really valuable to the same way it would be if I contacted her and asked her for her opinion because she is a small person. She's very slim. I think she's a size medium. I am a 3X. And for that reason, like, we don't understand, like, as a big person, I don't understand what it's like to fit close to a smaller person, which is why we have Brunhilde over here because she's a size small. And that helps me to make things that are smaller because I can gauge it off of what her body looks like. But she, again, doesn't have arms, so that doesn't really help. And the way, like, see how my body is shaped, okay? And this is very different from person to person. So I have kind of squared off shoulders, but they slope down a little bit. But then because my arms are fat, they go out. So our bodies actually go out even at our arms. See that? Things like that, or the way like really oversized items don't look good on a fat person. So that's why I took this down and I actually made it the width of her size medium, which worked out for a 3X because I didn't want it kimono style. I wanted it form-fitting. But anyway, so she thanked me for my input, which sometimes when you give input on a pattern and you weren't asked for input, sometimes the designers get really offended. And I was worried that that might happen. I'm like, I don't want her to get offended. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to give advice to another fat person that might want to make this on how you can make it to fit for your body so that you feel beautiful, because that is my ultimate goal. With that being said, her patterns go up to a 5X. I love that. And I find that her patterns are actually have of room in them. So I have been downsizing them, even with Juju's. But again, Juju is losing weight as well, and so her body is changing, and I had to adjust the pattern because her body is changing. But I only had to make small, little tiny adjustments because Juju is larger chested and has a smaller waist now that she's lost weight. So I had to use a bigger size for the boob cup, and then I had to use a smaller size for the pattern and keep trying it on her just because of the way she's shaped. So anyway, this is what I made. This is her, oh, what is the name of this? Granny crop top or something like that. Don't worry, I got the pattern saved to my phone because I've been working it. Anyway, she gifted me the patterns, which was amazing because she did not have to do that. She gifted me her booklet of Summertime Granny Style Collection. These are the patterns. Give my phone a minute to adjust. These are the patterns. So it's got the crop top, which can also be made into a dress, the pattern for a skirt, a cardigan, and a fanny pack. And so this is what the top with the skirt looks like, and that's what it looks like as a dress. I want to make the dress version for myself because I think it's so cute. And now that I made Juju's, I know what I would do to it to give myself a little more coverage, which she does include as part of the pattern. It's just, I would make it, let me show you. All right, so you make the cups, okay? And then you make the banding, but for a little extra support towards the end, she adds rows here for extra support, pulling the boob part around your side, right? And so for me personally, for my body, because I'm an older lady than an 18-year-old, I would bring this up significantly higher than I did for hers, but this fits her perfectly and it looks so stinking cute on her. And then I used, this yarn is, and I actually used a worsted weight, and hers calls for, I think, a DK weight. So like I said, I did a lot of adjusting to get it to fit, and it was very easy to change the yarn and the size, and just because I was measuring it off her Juju's body. What yarn did she use for this? I'm getting hot. Oof. I gotta read this so I can see what yarn she used. Supplies. Yarn. Okay, yarn. Comfy Sport from We Crochet. So it's a sport weight, and I used a worsted weight yarn. So, like I said, I fudged the heck out of this pattern, but it turned out so cute. I did follow her basic directions, and if you use a worsted weight, let me just clue you in with this. I technically made the size medium for a extra large, and it worked out. So, but I did, like I said, I had to make the boobs bigger because she wanted more coverage, and she's got really big boobs. This is the, what is this? What is it? It's Big Twist, the party yarn is right here. Big Twist Party in the color Sugar Rush, because it said that it was a really good, I love these colors. I'm loving it. It said it was a really good substitute for the Color Theory yarn that I reviewed last week. And I wanted to use some of those bonbons. I had a lot of people confused. These bonbons are not the Color Theory yarns at $6. This is a sample pack of sample size yarns. The Color Theory yarn looks like this. Okay. You can get this at Joann's, you can get it at lionbrand.com, you can get this lots of places. Huge difference. A lot of people were confused because I was showing the bonbons. This was a sample pack. It was samples. So these are little minis based on the big version, so you can have an idea of the colors and etc. P.S. That's a future video because I purchased some big ones because I liked the yarn so much. Now, back to the top. I have one end to weave in. She shows a special join in here so that even though I was switching colors every row, there's not tails to weave in, because she showed me a new way to tie yarn together that I didn't know how to do. And it took some doing. Like it's called a thumb tie or something, like she called it that. And you got to tie it around your thumb. And it took practice, because I kept messing it up and having to redo it and cut pieces out and whatever. But look at, no ends to weave in. And this is where I was joining the colors. Or no, maybe over here. Yeah. One string for the whole dang top. So I wanted to show you guys, because I want to give this to Juju and let her wear it, because she's really excited. It's so pretty. She told me about how long she wanted the band to be, and she can actually, the way this is constructed, because of this extra band and support, she can wear this without an undergarment, because it does give some support. Now I'm not saying if you have like a size I cup, it's probably not going to support your chi-chis, but it almost fits me. Almost. I still got a ways to go, but like it's really stinking cute on her. And I had fun making that. That was a fun garment. So do I recommend this pattern? Yes. And I'm going to say this right now, okay? For those of you that are like, oh, I'm fat, I can't wear that. Yes, you can. I wear a bikini. And love your body enough to put it in whatever you feel like wearing. If you're going to be really uncomfortable, obviously, if you're incredibly modest and you think that that is just too much skin showing and you're worried about that, obviously, if you're uncomfortable, don't do it. But don't let the size or the shape of your body deter you from wearing something that you want to wear or make for yourself. Because there is a couple of podcasters that are very like shameful of their body, and like it breaks my heart every time I hear them talk about like, oh, I can't wear that, I'm too fat. And they're not even fat. Like that drives me nuts. Like, yeah, you can put it on your body, that's how you wear it. So that's my motto. And it does go up to a 5X, and you can make this part as long as you want. If you want to wear a cute little tank top under this or like a camisole, do that. If you want to wear a bra underneath it, do that. Like you can make this wide enough and make this back part wide enough that it covers all of the necessary parts that you want. You can adjust it. Just adjust it. I love this pattern. I had so much fun making it, and you will be seeing cinnamon stitches in one of these very soon, because I already picked out yarn. Now, this is another preview. Actually, no, it's not. So that used up, because that's like one row of each color. I didn't even use up, I used up barely any of that sample pack. Like barely any of it. So this I actually made 2 rows with, and there's still quite a bit left on there. And then I did a row out of this one. So there's a lot of yarn left over of the Color Theory yarn, because it didn't take a whole lot of yarn. So because of that, I go back in drawer. And because I know that the party yarn from Big Twist, once again, goes really well with the Color Theory and the jeans yarn as well. Jeans. Again, these were sample packs. That's the full-size ball. In case you were confused about that when I did the reviews, these were the samples. I was going through the party yarn because I purchased it when it came out, and I don't think this is available still. I could be wrong. I purchased this because I thought it was beautiful, and it was really soft, and I just liked it. And so I was like, okay, well, I was pulling out the colors to pick for this one that we're pretending we're wearing, right? Here, look. Let's see if we can really pretend. Hang on. Hang on. There. We'll pretend we're wearing it. There. Now we got MJ's off the hook with, and see how cute this goes together? Like, you can wear them together. Just saying. If you made it matchy poo poo, you can wear it together. Anyway. While I was picking out Juju's colors, I came across this, which I didn't realize I had. So this is the Big Twist in the color Beach. And I was like, that would be so cute with the jeans. You see where I'm going with this? Hang on, there's 3 more colors. So this is probably gonna be Mommy's color. Oh, come on. And then I was thinking of maybe using that for like the edging or something. So I put these in a bag together already. That is on the floor now. So, in case you don't know, that jeans yarn goes really well with the party yarn. The jeans, or the Color Theory yarn goes really well with the party yarn. Because there's like a 97% match or something between the yarns. So they're like the same width, thickness. They're very soft, both of them. As you can tell, like they go adorably together. And I was not sure because if you remember when I was doing the Color Theory, I was telling you guys about the Color Theory and how the colors are based off of Color Theory and how they can blend together and how you can mix and match the colors together. And so that's kind of what I did. I was like, okay, well, I know that some of these yarns are purple. Purple. Different shade of purple. So what I did is I just randomly picked light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Made sure that I put some purple in there so that it kind of went together. I love the way this turned out. I think it is so like eye-catching. It's just beautiful. I really like the way it turned out. And because there's purple down here as well, but it's a different shade from this purple, it kind of brings your eye up through the purple or down for the purple. So I used the white twice. This is the Admiral color Himalayan Salt, one of the purples. This is, what is that one? Tourmaline, and then this one is Peacock. Isn't that so cute? So once again, MJ's off the hook. Well, I'm getting really hot in that. MJ's off the hook. Blew it out of the park with her pattern designs. She's killing it, man. Like, I love her designs so much. I love her patterns. I will link this pattern set below in case you're curious. Actually, I will just link her Etsy. Go check out her Etsy. Her patterns come in size small to 5X. Easily adjustable, customizable. I have not had a single problem, and I have made 3 of her items so far. I have not had a single problem making anything and adjusting it to what I want, because not only does she give you the pattern, but in her patterns she has links to videos that go along with the pattern. Now she does have tutorials on her YouTube channel as well, and it shows you how to make the size medium, but it really helps to have the written pattern to go along with the tutorial, just so that you can follow along and see what is the next step, because it's a abbreviated tutorial and it really is meant to go along with the patterns. Hi, Bubba's. And Q Bentley, are you gonna go to your bed? You're gonna smell the garbage can. He always thinks there's something in there for him, and it's mostly just yarn stuff. And he's done. He's like, nope, there's no garbage for me to eat. So, highly recommend MJ's Off the Hook. Especially if you are, well, actually, not even especially, but if you, like, whatever size you are, check her out. She's definitely worth the check out. She also did something different, and I don't have it printed because it's going to cost me $47 to print this pattern because there's 76 pages. She has the supply list, which I love. So she gives you the supply list. And I'm not showing you guys because this is a paid for. Oh, she goes extra small to 5X. So that is very size inclusive. Extra small is like an 11 or 12-year-old in a lot of instances. So, and then, so this has the new one, which is called Summertime Granny Style Collection by MJ's Off the Hook. It has a granny pop top, which is what I just showed you, the granny skirt, granny style cardigan, granny style crossbody, which is the bag that looks like a fanny pack. And then she has a whole section of yarn substitutes. So where I went to yarnsub.com to see what would be a good substitute for this, she has yarn substitutes for the yarn she used in the pattern. So because she used, what did I say she used for this pattern? She used Comfy Sport from We Crochet. She has a whole section. Now, I will show you because I really love that she did this. Let me get down to the bottom. Like I said, it's 76 pages. Yarn substitutions for the Comfy. See, she gives you yarn substitutions for the Comfy, for, oh, there's actually 2 pages for the Comfy. The yarn substitutions for the Swish, 2 pages of that. Some of these are actually Premier yarns that are substitutions that you could use, which I totally appreciated that because I got plenty of Premier yarns in here. And then she has mood boards, which I love her mood boards, okay? So, mood boards. So she's giving you an idea of what colors you can put together to make these really beautiful items. And see, this is just an example. See that? Are those colors not stunning? She's got several pages of mood boards from rainbow to blues to earth tones to the floral fusion, which is my favorite. But I also like the blues because I think that's what I'm going to work with. But you guys also know that I love rainbows. And then there's a Rocky Mountain mood board. Fun in the Sun, which is also really fun. Yeah, so she's got a ton of mood boards. Beautiful. Beautiful. Her pattern is amazing. It is well worth whatever she's charging for it. Like, worth the money. So check out MJ's Off the Hook. I don't know if this is going to be a tutorial in the future. It could be. That's why I wrote the pattern down. And then, yeah, I'm really excited. I made a lot. I feel really accomplished. And I am pre-recording so many videos because I have a lot of things coming up in August. August is going to be insanity. I'm going to the concert tonight, which is Wednesday, but you're not seeing this till Monday. And the reason is because I want to get this out of the way so I can put some of this stuff away so I can enjoy tonight and the next couple of days recover. Real talk. And then in August, you guys know that me and little man were born one day apart. So he is the day before my birthday. He's the 8th, I'm the 9th. My wedding anniversary, 20-year wedding anniversary with Mr. Cinnamon is also on my birthday, the 9th. We got married on my birthday. So, yeah. All of that. Plus, we're going to see Pink on the 7th. So the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. And then the extra day that we celebrate our anniversary, because he lets me actually have my birthday and then gives me a separate day for our anniversary. But still, 20 years is a big deal, and I'm going to celebrate that. And then Lucas's birthday cannot be on the 8th because that's the day we have to take my niece back to college. So there is a lot of things that is we're going to be just... I think I'm probably a little bit crazy to go to a Pink concert and then the next day have to take her and pack all her stuff and take her to college. I know that that's going to be a lot on us, but it's a necessary thing. And then also August we have to do back to school shopping for little man because he starts school right after our birthdays. Like school start, I don't even know what day it starts, but it's like right after our birthdays school starts. And then Juju has her driving test. She's we scheduled her driving test. She's gonna have her driver's license before her first day of college. So she can actually drive herself back and forth to college. I've been working really hard with her to get her driver's license, to get her prepared. She's driving really good. As a matter of fact, we were having a really rough night around the house, and I told Juju, I was like, I need to get out of the house. Can you just take me somewhere? And she's all, yeah, where? I was like, just drive. Just let's go for a drive. And so I was in a mood. I was in a serious mood where I needed to leave, okay? because just drama, stress. And in me even being all stressed out and all that, she drove like I trusted her. I didn't even have to watch what she was doing. I didn't have to instruct her. She just drove wherever she wanted to go. And we went to some of our favorite places, and we saw deer, and we saw a guy out there taking photographs of the sunset. And it was just a really cool night. Like, it was really cool. And we saw deer really close up in the sunset. So it was really, really cool. So I told her, I said, aside from a few parking things that she really needs to focus on, she's ready for the driver's test. I have no doubt. My niece, not so much. Like, the last time I took her driving, it was such a bad experience for me. I told Mr. Cinnamon, I'm done. I can't. Because she terrified me. She panicked and stopped the car in the middle of a intersection where there's no stop this way. So she stopped in the middle, and there's a car coming right at me. And it scared me. And then when I tried to correct her, she got very defensive, and like, it was just bad. It was really bad. I said, I'm done. I can't do that. And so she's probably not going to get her license this year, but that's fine. I don't know if she's still so panicky in the driving situation. She's not safe to drive with right now. She needs to get her emotions and stuff under control, because if she can't do that, she has no business being behind the wheel. And I'm sorry if you hear my stomach. It is growling and making all kinds of noises. It's so terrible. If you can hear it, that's my tummy is like, and I ate breakfast. I don't know why it's protesting so much. Maybe I need to eat a little more, because I really only had avocado salad for breakfast and a little bit of crab meat left over from dinner last night. So it was mostly avocado salad. And if you don't know what avocado salad is, it's a recipe that I made up. And the ingredients change. It's basically chopped up avocado, and then I chop up cucumbers so you have a little bit of crunch. I try to always put in jalapenos. Cilantro is a good ingredient. You can add green peppers or colored pepper if you want. Basically any crunchy vegetable you want to put in there. But it's always avocado, cucumbers, lemon, and those are the three base ingredients. And then when you stir it up, you'll have big chunks of avocado, but it also interacts with the lemon, so it kind of sauces the whole thing, so you don't need a dressing on top of it. It's one of my favorite salads. I hate iceberg lettuce. I am an okay fan of romaine. I like spring mixes and stuff like that, but I would rather have crunchy vegetables than salad that gets kind of like soft and soggy, and I'm just really picky with that. I'll eat a salad, don't get me wrong, but if I'm eating like a lettuce salad, I would rather have like meat mixed in with it, or like a cheese or something crunchy that, you know. So that's why I really like the avocado salad. It's easy to make, it's quick, it stores really well for like a day or two, because there's like lemon in there, obviously. And then Juju likes it a lot, and it's really good with the jalapeno in there because it gives it a little bit of heat. It's not guacamole, but it's like guacamole's fancy cousin, because it's got like crunchy vegetables in there too. You can put whatever you want in there, whatever vegetable, it goes. It does, and you could honestly just make a green salad with lettuce and do the same thing. It would turn out the same. But like, I really like the avocado salad, so that's what I had for breakfast. So my stomach is probably like, you need a little more protein, because you guys know I'm on that special diet because of allergies and because of diabetes. So I really only eat meat and vegetables, and if I don't keep that a fine balance of how much vegetables versus how much meat, my stomach does not do well. It does not. So I think I need to go find something protein based to eat, but there's lots of options in there. So I have peanuts if I want peanuts. There's some leftover apple and chicken sausages from Costco. Have you ever had those? The apple chicken sausages from Costco, they are so good. I really like them. Now they have a little more sugar than I like, but it's just apples. But they have like it's good. They're just good. And I don't like anything on them. I just eat them plain because I can't eat the bun. But they're good by themselves. They're good as a breakfast. Like, you heat up a sausage with an egg. It's really good that way. Or you eat it as your protein for your meal. Pretty good. So yeah, I think because I'm doing so well, I really do think that, especially with the concert, once I come home and rest from the concert and my body stops being swollen from the concert, because it always happens like that, stomach. I know you guys can hear that. That was so loud. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, before my stomach growls too much, I know that I'm going to hit my goal before my birthday and be under 300 pounds. So I appreciate you guys for rooting me on. I'm like really, I feel good about myself more than I have in a long time. And it has nothing to do with the way I physically look. It doesn't. And I got a comment that really bothered me. It was from Olivia. I know you're watching. She's 13. And she said she's proud of me for my weight loss and she needs to lose 5 pounds herself. And that kind of broke my heart. Because, no you don't, baby. No you don't. That 5 pounds is not going to make or break you. And that 5 pounds could be fluid from like your menstrual cycle is getting ready to start. It could be just swelling because you ate something salty, which we know that teenagers love to eat salty foods, right? It could be all kinds of reasons. You don't need to lose 5 pounds. And then it really got me thinking because I'm getting a lot of comments that are saying, you look amazing. Did I look that bad before? It kind of hurts my feelings. And I know you guys don't mean it that way, but it kind of hurts my feelings. Did I look that bad before? I know that I'm looking more youthful because like you can actually see my face and I'm like, I don't have as pronounced wrinkles or anything. Like I'm looking smoother. My skin is kind of clear. I still got dark circles because I don't sleep, but I am looking slimmer. I can see that in the camera. I don't see it when I look in the mirror. I have a little bit of dysmorphia happening with that, which is normal when you lose weight. But it makes me feel bad that like that is such a big deal to so many people. My battery's dying. But I want to thank you for all that, but it's not about losing weight. It's about being healthy and not dying. And that's what I'm the most proud of myself for. So with that, I'm going to let you go and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.